Welcome to today's episode. Today, we're diving into the neuroscience behind affirmation, how your thoughts can truly shape your reality. This isn't just about mindset, it's about how your brain responds when you declare, I am enough, or I attract abundance. We'll explore the science and, most importantly, give you tools to use this power starting today. Let's begin with the basics. Affirmations help you maintain your sense of self, especially in times of stress or challenge. When you reflect on your core values, your brain becomes less defensive and more adaptable. In fact, research shows that students who wrote about their values before a big test experienced less stress and performed better. So yes, affirmations aren't just positive thinking, they're protective, empowering, and grounded in evidence. Now, what actually happens in your brain when you say affirmations? Imaging studies show that affirmations activate areas like the medial prefrontal cortex, involved in self-processing, and the ventral striatum, which is tied to reward and motivation. What does that mean? It means your brain is literally rewiring how it sees you. When you affirm your worth, your goals, or your capacity for love, the brain starts to believe and encode that as truth. Over time, your behaviors begin to align with this new identity. Let's talk about something remarkable: neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't fixed. It changes constantly based on what you think, say, and do. When you repeat affirmations, you're reinforcing neural pathways. Over time, those new paths become stronger than the old ones. Eventually, your mind will default to the new thoughts you've planted, like, I am worthy, or wealth flows to me easily. It's like carving a path through a forest. Each repetition clears the way for new beliefs to travel. Dr. James Doty, a neurosurgeon and author, explains this perfectly. When you write your goals, speak them, and visualize them, you activate multiple systems in your brain. This includes the default mode network, which builds your sense of self, and the executive attention network, which helps you focus. In practice, this means that once you declare your goals and affirmations, your brain starts scanning your environment for anything aligned with those goals. Opportunities, people, ideas, they begin to appear because your brain is now looking for them. It's not magic, it's selective awareness. It's neuroscience. Now let's look at the emotional component. When affirmations trigger a sense of joy, hope, or gratitude, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine. This positive feedback loop reinforces the new belief. But there's the catch. If the affirmation feels too far from your current belief, it might trigger discomfort or disbelief. So instead of saying, I'm a millionaire, if that feels fake, start with something like, I'm learning to attract wealth. Build momentum with believable affirmations. Stretch your beliefs gradually, and they'll become your new normal. Visualization and scripting are also powerful tools. When you visualize your goal clearly, emotionally, and repeatedly, you engage the brain regions involved in memory, imagination, and decision-making. Writing your affirmation down and speaking it out loud adds another layer of reinforcement. It's like sending the same message to your brain through multiple channels. This is who I am. This is where I'm going. So, how can you apply this? Here's a simple process that works. First, set a clear and specific intention. Be honest about what you want. Second, write it, speak it, and visualize it every day, especially when your emotions are heightened. Third, repeat it. Repetition is how we teach the brain to prioritize a belief. And finally, take action. Affirmations are fuel, but action is the vehicle. Of course, there are pitfalls. Don't rely on affirmations alone without effort. And don't ignore negative emotions. They're part of the process. Use them as fuel, not failure. Gratitude, honesty, and patience are your allies on this path. To wrap up, affirmations work not by changing the world outside you, but by changing the world inside you. They rewire your attention. They shift your emotions. They help you notice what matters and release what doesn't. They don't guarantee success, but they prepare your brain to receive it. So start small. Start now. Say it with feeling. Repeat it with belief. Your thoughts are not powerless. They are practice. And with that practice, you can build a new reality. Thank you for joining today. If this episode gave you insight, consider subscribing for more science-backed wisdom. Remember, your words matter because your brain is always listening.